First walk the walk and then talk about it, and don't dare to fake it till you one day might make it, because that one day might never come, and then you are only left with the fake you, and nobody wants that. Everything is very pressure oriented, everything is fear based, and we are led to believe that we have to have a 9 to 5 in order to pay the bills, and that is not true. It's a very good start to have a 9 to 5. It's possible for you to turn a hobby or a passion into a main income, because we love the idea of mystical. We tend to fool ourselves, and we love the whole idea of magic. A lot of people have been misled to believe that if you wishfully think about something, it will just happen and it will fall out of the sky. That is not true. That misconception that you can just repeat a couple of affirmations, or that you can meditate for a certain amount of time, or you can visualize and make a vision board, they are a very good start to actually realize what you want. Most people don't even know what they want. If you don't know what you want, you cannot get it. And that's a very simple equation. Unfortunately, most of the people are in survival mode. It's either survive or create. In survival mode, you fight, flight, or hide, which is not really the right time to create. The idea of envisioning and the idea of using affirmations and meditation, and all these are tools to support you to get inspired, understand first what you want, set a goal, and take the inspired action. Ideas without action is like a car without wheels. It can't go too far without being carried by others. I could break that limited belief, and I could go through my life reaching exactly that what I want and what I envision for myself, as long as I kept that vision of myself, who I wanted to become, taking the steps along the way every day to reach my own financial abundance and financial freedom. I believe that's our birthright, and everyone deserves to be financially independent. So everybody can get their hand on their own financial abundance, and they can create instead of just surviving. The difference between a successful person and non-successful person, both had ideas, but one did something about it and the other one just kept it as an idea. Without inspired action, every idea is absolutely useless. Without the action, you're not gonna get that what you want. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. These are basic knowledge that we have all learned in school. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Creative Power Within. This power is capable of wonder creation. At the same time, it's capable of mass destruction. And welcome to the Creative Power Within. And the way you use it is totally up to you. Power Within. The creative power within. The biggest mistake you can ever do is to confuse yourself with what you do, because when you're not doing it, then you're not. When you're not doing the skill that pays your bill, what are you? Who are you? Please let me introduce myself first. My name is Walid Fadl. I have changed my name a couple of times over the years, only to return back to my original birth name, Walid Fadl, which literally translates in Arabic to the newborn remaining. I was born and raised in the heart of Egypt. As a child, I had a dream to change the world, and that dream started by me changing my own world first. On my journey to change my own world, I had to go through a series of tough decisions. I took the decision to say no to something that was kind of given, was not even negotiable, a military obligation, which I, until today, still call it a military sentence for humanitarian reasons and personal reasons and experience. Which forced me to escape my own country, and I was on the run for more than 15 years, where I was not allowed to go back home. I did not have a place that I could even call home, and that was right before my passport expired. At some point I didn't even have a legal status. I could not visit any of my friends or relatives or anybody I have ever known up until this point in my life, and the reason why it took me too long to start. was a very tough decision to take. It was even tougher to stand by, and it was all in all a very hard experience for the young man I used to be, which was one of the toughest decisions in my life. But that is a whole different story for a different video, as it's a long story. So long I wrote a book about it, and I called it How I Broke the Law to Fix My Life, which is a book that my own mother is not 100% agreeing with me publishing for legal reasons, which I fully understand her side as a mother, worried about her son getting in troubles because of his past actions or past decisions. But as much as I love you, Mom, that's a risk that I'm willing to take, on the hope that I can bring you value. And if anybody's in the same situation or in a total different situation, please need to understand they're not alone. My journey started in Cairo, Egypt, and it led me all the way to one of the most beautiful and one of the richest countries in the world. That country is Switzerland, where I have started a brand new life from scratch, learning a third and a fourth language to become my main languages, which was beyond my dreams that I could speak 4 languages, but I do. I have graduated with bachelor degree, I have 3 kids, and I am totally financially independent, turning a hobby and a passion of mine into a main income. It's not just a hobby or a side hustle, but it's the main income that brings me more than 6 figures a year, and 7 is very close. The reason why I started now. I have promised myself that when, and not if, when I succeed on my journey to become financially independent, that I would share that with the world, because I truly believe that the world deserves to be financially independent, and they can make the world a better place instead of being in survival mode. I am here to share with you my success, not to show off from being broke all the way to owning my own successful business. After a couple of failures trying different things, your worst experience is your best teacher, because you can learn from it to grow and evolve and become the better version of yourself. I cannot be more grateful for the time that I had the hardest time in, because it was truly my best teacher. It taught me so much that I can share with you now. It's very normal to fail at a couple of things when you start. It's very important to learn to fail and not to fail to learn, because if you fail to learn, then you fail. That's it. If you learn to fail, then you're at least left with the knowledge and the information to actually proceed and succeed. And once you learn from that and you understand that failure is the only way to true success, without failure you will never succeed. And that's the problem with a lot of people, that with the first failure, with the first rejection, they throw the towel and they say, that's it, that's not for me, it's not for me. I've done hundreds of different jobs in the last 20 years, which I'm very proud of doing, and I would do it all again, because I have learned so much about so many people from all walks of life, and I've gathered so much information and experience that helped me today where I am, compounded on top of each other to make me who I am today. As long as I kept that vision of myself, who I wanted to become, I could always move forward, and I could always use whatever job that I'm doing, no matter how small the pay was. I was always proud, I was always doing that job the best I can. Very proud of doing it. I have 1,000,001 hobbies. It's in a lot of different categories that cannot be niched down in one subject that I can talk about. It also compounds on top of each other to make me who I am today. You can call it past life, you can call it parallel life. I'm not gonna get too deep into that subject, but it depends on what you believe. I was born with some talents that nobody taught me how to do, one of which is fire dance, for example. I was always fascinated with fire. I do fire dance, I do fire spitting from music instruments, and I'm a hobby musician, which I have never took a class or even learned. I can never read a note. I could play music just by something that I love doing, and it's one side of me, but I did not want to be the music guy. Wellness and fitness is a big part of my existence. At a certain point in the future I will also definitely talk about, but I did not want to be the fitness guy. Wood carving, building closets, to making designs, building stuff, renovating old furniture. It's also one of my passions that I can lose time in. Motors and cars, which is something that interests me a lot. I love motorbike rides, I love horseback rides, I love nature, and I love dogs. I work with dogs on a daily basis. I still didn't want to be the dog whisperer. It's just not who I am. It's what I do. It's one of my passions, not who I am. It's what I do. The biggest mistake you can ever do is to confuse yourself with what you do, because when you're not doing it, then you're not. I did not want to be the fitness guy, I did not want to be the music guy, I did not want to be the dog guy. I just wanted to be me. I love writing. I'm an author. I write books and I write online content and I create videos and online courses. I write since childhood in multiple languages. I just never seemed to organize any of it, and I never seemed to publish any of my work. At the moment I'm writing in at least 3 different languages, which also is a bit overwhelming because it was very hard to choose between 3 to 4 languages. Which one do I need to proceed with? Which one do I need to translate my message to, so I can share with the world clear? And even though it's not my first language, but for sure I chose English because it's one of the most international languages. The reason why I call this channel The Creative Power Within is that The Creative Power Within is the very first book that I have ever written from start to finish, and that book is right now in the last editing stage before the publishing phase, and I will share with you the details of that book as well as how I built a lot of it in my life as soon as both are published. Looking very forward for your opinion and for your feedback. The main reason why I called even the book The Creative Power Within is that I truly believe that inside each and every one of us from all walks of life, power and energy, a force that is not very well used, not very well understood. Some people call it God, some people call it infinite intelligence. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. I like to call it the creative power within myself. And this power is free to use. Everybody has access to it. And the reason why it took me too long to start, and why I did not start 5 to 10 years ago, even though I knew that was the thing I was supposed to be doing. There are a couple of reasons, not excuses, because I have to analyze them myself and understand if they are really excuses or not. Because sometimes we confuse excuses for reasons, and sometimes we build these excuses for our own, so we can delay things and procrastinate even though we know that's exactly what we need to be doing. I didn't know where to start, but at the same time, because of the decision that I have taken, and because I was on the run for more than 15 years, and because I was in a total strange country that I didn't even speak the language at first, that I had to start everything from scratch, I was in a very deep survival mode. And in survival mode you fight, flight or hide. I was doing all 3 at the same time, which is not really the right time to create. I was not in the right state of mind or mindset to actually create anything of value, and if I would have forced myself to create something at that time, it would not have carried the same message or the same tone that I am sharing with you today. One of them I like to call perfectionism syndrome, which is trying to perfect the materials to the extent that you push them back and not really satisfied with them, trying to perfect everything to the extent that it was just unbearable to even see myself on camera. The second part for that reason is being too self-conscious or self-doubt. Talking in front of the camera is not as simple as I thought, and it all happens with training, of course, and to be natural and to be yourself and to not sound too robotic is a big deal. And be able to talk to the camera like you're having a conversation is a little bit sick in the mind. Conscious or self-doubt, how I sound on camera, or how I look on camera, or because my teeth are not so straight, or because English is not my first language, or comfort zone or bubble of comfort, which actually is not your best friend. It's your worst enemy in disguise, because it's not that comfortable. Worst enemy in disguise. It seems comfortable, but you're actually suffering. There's a lot that you're pushing back that you know you should be doing. Who's even interested in my content or my story? And then I decided to put all that aside, to start now, always be able to improve, let my story speak for itself and not overthink it. When it comes to you believing in yourself and your abilities, Instead of trying to perfect everything, I realized that it's never going to be perfect, but at least I can put the effort to become better, and then I can always improve from there. When you start something, you get something, and if you start nothing, you are guaranteed nothing in return, and that's something that nobody wants to have. So that's why I started now, and I'm taking action on my ideas and my thoughts and my desires to bring you value, so you can also do the same. I have made it my life's mission to empower you with the tools and with the steps that you can take right now, where you can get access and unlock and unleash this energy and this power, so you can reach the life of your dreams and build that life by design and not by accident. And understand how does our mind work, how our thoughts affect our reality and experience. And all these are small little things that are not as mystical as they are advertised to be. How to go from where you are now to where you want to be, because there's a gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. And to bridge that gap, you have to change your thoughts and beliefs, and you have to become the person that needs to bridge that gap. And that comes with a set of changes. It's very uncomfortable at the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, you will actually learn more, and that all compounds upon each other, and then you have a lot of skills that would make you stand out in the middle of the crowd, and then you can create very original content that people love to buy, read, or listen to. And that is the kind of person, or the side of me that I'm trying to bring and share with you, which is the philosophy and the mindset that I have learned throughout the years. I'm here to share with you my success, and not to show off, but to show you that it's possible for you to turn a hobby or a passion into a main income, and you're getting paid for it. It's paying your bills and it's paying your lifestyle. It can turn from something that you do in your free time to something that actually takes most of your working time, and this way you will never work another day in your life. You can buy your time. How rich you want to be will depend on how clever you are and how fast you learn and how you apply everything you learn, and not just learn and consume, and then you're left with so much knowledge and nothing to apply. And that's exactly where people get overwhelmed with too much information. They don't follow through the plan that they need to do to reach a certain result that they have planned for themselves. That is exactly the mission that wakes me up every morning and gets me out of bed and gets me to write my content and write my books and make my videos. And that's what motivates me in life, because that's a call that I've been called many times before, to share my story and to share my journey and to share the wisdom I have learned and the lessons I have learned. I kept pushing it back, and I procrastinated to the extent where the motivation and the flair faded away, because I was too busy with my life, or I was too busy paying the bills, or I was too busy in my survival mode as well myself. And now I'm answering this call in the form of all my online content, my books and my videos, and that's what I am trying to share with you today, and I hope you like it. Really appreciate your feedback. If you like this kind of content, I appreciate your support. Please like, share and subscribe and do all these cool things that you guys do. I very, very much appreciate your support, and without you that all would not have been possible. I'm looking very forward to see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye bye. See you in the next video. History is the only proof of how people in the past have used this power to destroy, and people every day use this power to create the life of their dreams, and that is all depending to you and how you are willing to use this energy. Power reading, and welcome to the Creative Power Reading. This power is capable of wonder creation, at the same time it's capable of mass destruction. And welcome to the Creative Power Reading. And the way you use it is totally up to you.